She has come here with a group of friends for a voyage to the north. The big liners of the organization, Strength Through Joy, anchor at the boarding pier. The small group from the Berghof will travel on the Milwaukee to Norway. Only Hitler's inner circle knows of Eva's relationship to him. She is kept out of the limelight. She travels with her sister and mother. During these excursions, she changes the peasant garb for a modern wardrobe. A German shepherd is at her side. Capt. Antibes at practically the same time. Marlene Dietrich spends the summer with friends in southern France. The man in her life is the author Erich Maria Remarque, but the 22-year-old John F. Kennedy obviously attracts the diva's attention. Marlene has been a U.S. citizen for several weeks. She rejected Hitler's request that she return to Berlin. Now, she is one of those immigrants, a term bearing a negative connotation in Nazi propaganda. The officer Harold von Veitinghoff-Riesch is present with his motion picture camera when the German forces stage a victory parade in the town square at Kratzau. The generals Walter von Brauchetisch, Vetter von Bock, and Walter von Reichenau review the parade. Signing the golden book of the city. Hitler's architect Albert Speer is shown skiing and mountain climbing in the Alps, together with other members of the Führer's entourage. The ghostly idyll of the Third Reich, documented on 16mm color film. The Speer children, Hilda and Albert Jr., looking for Easter eggs together with the numerous offspring of the Bormann family. Eva Braun included these scenes for her personal archives. On the terrace, Hitler poses for Eva again, surrounded by old comrades. His secretary, Martin Bormann, appears reluctant to be filmed. The expensive color films were preferably used for festivals and parades in Germany. This film depicts the 1939 annual rifle meeting in Bielefeld. The marksmen march under the banner of the Third Reich's League for Physical Exercise. The local SA unit provided its band. On Johannesburg, the honorary rifle king poses with his queen and escorts. Since 1933, the club has enhanced its traditional trappings with the symbols of the new era, entirely in line with National Socialism, along with the Hitler salute. German army officers participate in the festival, making the shots from Bielefeld appear to be a foreboding of future events. A fair in Eisleben. The people enjoy these peaceful weeks in the spring of 1939. They are the last weeks of peace before Germany goes to war in Europe. The 12th of March, 1939, at the Cavalry School in Hanover. Close to Armed Forces Day, the officers will display their skills on horseback. The prowess of the military forces will soon face its first test. Only 3 days after this event, Hitler's troops will occupy the so-called Czech Rump State in a surprise coup. The 16th of July, 1939. Munich hosts the lavishly publicized Day of German Art. It is represented as a true festival of peace. Members of an amateur film club occupy strategic points to film the festival. The first event on the agenda is a wreath-laying ceremony at the grave of the architect Ludwig Troost. The professor was selected by the Führer to design the House of German Art before his death. The ceremony is to take place at 11 o'clock. For the amateur filmmakers, the arrival of the prominent Nazis represents the highlight of the day. As a result, 3 cameras record the event. The architect's widow shows Hitler and his guests the latest masterpieces by German artists. In the afternoon, anybody of rank and name in the Third Reich takes a seat on the VIP platform to view the 3-hour parade depicting 2,000 years of German history. Not only Germany's future, also its past has to have a National Socialist touch. At least, this is the spectacle's intended impression. The Nazi procession, writes an American spectator, is the evidence of the Führer's ruthless conquering plans. And the first victim has already been decided: Poland. The British veterinarian Reginald Machin films his voyage to Danzig. Since 1919, the city has been under the supervision of the League of Nations, but the predominantly German population unmistakably demonstrate to the tourist from England the city wants to be part of Germany again.